Alright, welcome back to this week's episode. I have no idea what number this is, I've completely lost track. But as you saw in the last episode, we started this wall. Well, since then I have... Let me shut this door. Well, since then I've just added the last couple slats. I've left a gap because the flooring is going to go under before the last slat goes on. So we're going to crack on with this side now. So yeah, let's get cutting the battens to the wall, and then we can start putting the slats on. So it turns out that I actually had the slat that was in that corner before we cut a really wide one, so I can use them too at the back here. So let's get them fixed in. So I kind of cracked on and got most of this wall done. We've still got a little bit more to do. I've kind of come in here because the cabinet is going to be here, so kind of not too bothered about how that looks there. And then we're going to have to trim the edge of this so it looks nice. But yeah, I mean, they're not quite straight and it is noticeable. So we'll, I don't know, have to see how that goes, but obviously they're all glued, so getting them off is going to be quite hard. But yeah, right, anyway, I'll see you in the morning. We'll have another day on the van. Alright, so didn't film anything yesterday, I just kind of cracked on with a few bits. So this wall is now finished. As you saw, I've got to about here somewhere, I think, and I've just put these slats on the door ready for the actual wood slats to trim that. But today's job is going to be doing the roof, because I've got a few full sheets left and I want to use as many of them lengths, full lengths, to make the roof, and then essentially the offcuts are going to make the slats on the door and the slats on that door as well, because they are obviously nowhere near 8 foot lengths. So that's going to be today's job, so let's get some tools and we'll crack on. Alright, that's everything we need. Alright, so that is one board stripped up. We keep these bits and we use them to make the slats on the wall. So whilst the battery is charging, because one battery roughly does an 8 foot sheet, so whilst it's charging, because I've got to put them on last night, we're going to go and sand these and get a coat of paint on them, and then they can be drying whilst we cut the other one. So let's go. Alright, so the slats are painted and cut. So what I'm going to do now is get the strips up on the roof, which we're going to nail the slats to. So let's get the tape measure out and let's get them cut. Alright, so I actually took that board off down the side because when I measured across, the front is narrower than the back. So I've actually got to start with one in the middle and work outwards from the middle. Otherwise we will find that planks are going to have to start and get cut at angles. So yeah, now I've got that one up. I didn't film it because I was concentrating on me measuring, and we all know that can be a bit hit and miss sometimes. So yeah, let's crack on and get some more boards up. Gotta make sure the microphone's on. Alright, so today is quite an exciting day because we're actually going to fit the lights. The lights are the next thing we're going to fit. So the next panel on either side is going to have the lights installed. So first things first, we're going to cut them panels and then we're going to get the hole saw out. I'm going to drill the holes for the LED puck light things we're going to get in. And then we're going to put some spade connectors on those so they are super easy to get in and out should we ever need to change them. But yeah, we need some extra wire. Yeah, we need some extra of this. But yeah, no, it should be hopefully quite an easy day. Now obviously my original plan was the cable between the light on this side and the light over here was just going to run, but of course got a beam in the way, so it's actually going to have to run back to the wall where this cable comes in from the switch, back along and then up across again. So that's something we're going to have to deal with, but at least we figured that out now. So yeah, I will take you for the ride. Okay, so the first part of the installation is to put these together. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a spade connector on here, which is going to be the incomer from the switch, and then this outgoer to the next light, and then on the light will be the corresponding spade connector. So if you ever need to get the lights out, super easy to do so. And it makes building this easier. It means I can build the wires, get them all in, and then connect the lights as I put them up. So let's just strip the cables and just twist them together. Don't jab the spade connector into your finger. Let there be light! Oh yes! Alright, so yesterday you saw that in the very last clip that we got the lights working, but I ran out of memory card space, so I didn't get to film any more than that. So the panels are up with the lights on. What we are going to do is run some extra strips because some of the panels are not sitting level. But yeah, the actual wiring for the lights from the switch up to the lights is all good and everything like that. What I am going to do before we finish the roof is just go around with a multimeter and check all of the wiring before it's kind of too late to replace anything, just to make sure that whilst we were pulling and tugging and getting wires in that we haven't damaged anything. But yeah, other than that, progress is good at the moment. I have ordered the floor, or the floor covering, the vinyl floor covering, so hopefully next week we can pick that up. Alright, so let me just turn the radio down. So I didn't film putting any more slats up on the roof. I just kind of got on with it, and not gonna lie, I completely forgot. But what we're now moving on to is the slats on the door. So I've put a couple on just to get my level and get my point of reference, so I can I don't know why I'm talking to you with these on. I look like a I look like a muppet with them on. So yeah, I'm just working through cutting them. So yeah, let's get cracking and let's get this done. Alright, so it's a bit of a miserable day today, but luckily we're inside the van. So we're going to be comparing, what am I talking about? We're going to be completing this door first thing. So I've cut the first panel and that's just drying. So I'm just about to cut the second panel and then we'll work our way up the door. Alright, that's another one done. Alright, this box here is a ladder. She's going to go on this door here. Now I didn't tell you about this because it was quite hard to get hold of one because the Rhino black ladders are discontinued, which is what the one I wanted. But I've got a copy of it, which is a good copy, and we're going to install that on the door today. So you might have seen us take a few of these slats back off, and that was because the ladder was on its way. So yeah, let's get this fitted. Alright, that is everything we need to get started today. Alright, we have a ladder fixed to the door, which is marvellous news. So yeah, now let's get slats back on inside and tidy up. Alright, that's the top few panels put on. Alright, so we've got a couple slats left on the back door to finish, but I was just thought before I go and cut the bits of wood for those, we'll just work out what wood I was going to need for this side door here. So I've cut all the odd width lengths up to make the strapping for this door. Yeah, and then we'll see how this goes. So I'm just going to open the door and just see how much clearance we've got, and then yeah, we'll start putting these on. Alright, so it's now Sunday and we are going to lay the floor. I picked it up yesterday, so this floor is going to be no more. This is our nice roll of vinyl. So we're going to measure this, and I'm going to cut it with that's all there down to width, and we're going to roll it out, and that's it. Yeah, we'll have a floor like that. So let's crack on, I guess. Alright, so cut the vinyl down to width. So look at that. I'm gonna push it up to the wall. Just push it up to the wall. See how it's looking like the width. Yeah, nice. So we've got a little bit of overhang over here, but that's because it's been stopped by the wooden slats on the wall. So yeah, let's get the cellophane off of it and get it rolled out. Alright, so flooring is down and it is looking beautiful. It's exactly what I was wanting, and it's kind of held things up a little bit because I've been deciding, or been quite indecisive on the floor to choose. I've had like samples from no end of companies, and finally settled on this one, and I couldn't be happy with it. I am really chuffed with that. So yeah, it's a big piece in the van, and yeah, it kind of sets the style. So nice. All right, good morning, and today is the day we fit the heater, or attempt to. So got the heater box out here, the van up on the ramps, and we're going to drop the fuel tank first and get the fuel line off the van's tank, because we're not going to use this separate tank, because that just seems like a faff to keep filling up. So we're going to attempt to put it on the van fuel tank, which will be interesting. So yeah, let's get cracking. All right, so it's been a bit of a trial of a morning, but hey, anyway, we've got the standpipe for the fuel tank for the heater. We've got the sender unit off the van, and we worked out that we need about 20 centimeters of this standpipe. Okay, so welcome to the underside of the van. It's a bit cramped under here, and we've got a little fuel standpipe thing. And this is the sender unit. And I've just drilled this hole through here. It comes out on the other side, and essentially the pipe will just go in here like that, and the heater will connect to this piece here, and that will feed the diesel into the pump and up to the heater, so we don't have to use a separate tank. But yeah, we'll just get this fixed in, and we'll get the tank back on. Alright, so I'm just tidying up, but we did finally get the hole drilled in the floor. One drill down, and on the second drill, and with the help of an angle grinder, but the hole is drilled. So I'll see you next week, and we'll install the heater next week. I'm not going to do that now, it's getting kind of late. So yeah, I'll see you then, and get the heater installed, and we'll start building benches, I guess. So yeah, exciting times. Right, I'll catch you then.